Hi, Lee Farnell here, and thanks for listening to Leading Your Best Life. Today I want to talk to you about something that's super important if you're serious about success, or at least being your best in business and generating income and doing all the right things as far as leading your best life. Stay tuned. Welcome back. What I want to talk about today is a topic that's come to mind for a couple of reasons. One, I was coaching a guy yesterday down the city in business-to-business sales. We're going through the step-by-step process, and a great idea that came out of the session was, hey, listen, I should put all of the key documents that I want him to have, all the key resources, in the one place. He's such an organised person, this guy. And I was going through one of the tools we have, which is called How Did I Go?, which is a tool to debrief and deconstruct how you went in any particular sales situation with a prospect. And I look back on one of the points in that checklist, and there's probably about 40 or 50 key points, but one of them is in and around personal presentation, how you look, how you package yourself, what people's eyeballs do in that first 3 to 30 seconds when they see you. And I've got to say, this morning when I was running the breakfast, I got these suits made a number of years ago up in Thailand, and they were very good suits because my client at the time knew a lot about clothing and fibre and so on. So we got really good fibre in these suits. And so I got them made, and then of course we had COVID, so you're wearing tracksuits and Ugg boots most of the day when you're working from home. But I've got these great suits, so I think if I'm going to wear the jacket and jeans, I might as well put the pants on. If I'm going to put the white shirt and the pants on, I might as well put a tie on. If I'm going to put a tie on, I might as well put a little white handkerchief in the pocket, because I think that dresses it all up. And I'm reminded of an experience I had where I went to a talk in Sydney by a fellow who was the ex-Irish ambassador to America. So he's obviously highly connected. He dressed superbly. Why? He said, well, the business he was in was raising tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars for charities and universities in America. This guy was hugely successful. And he said, my goal is to dress in such a way that I'm the best dressed person that prospect is going to see that day. Now, when he goes to see a prospect, that prospect, he's looking to get 10 or $20 million or even more from that prospect. So it's a whole sales process they use to generate big money for charity and research and universities and a whole range of things. And so I thought, wow, he said, you see, the people with money, the decision makers, they know about quality. They know about style. They know about fibre. They know what good is versus they know what cheap is. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in the decision maker's office in the first place. So I make a point of dressing, in most cases, dressing to impress. And the reason I'm doing this podcast, because in the meeting this morning, we had a fantastic lifter business community collective brainpower meeting, and I said, listen guys, I am clearly not the smartest person in this room. I mean, I'm not the smartest at all, but I can tell you I am the best dressed. And they laughed, but they got it because it's true. I was the best dressed person in the room, and a number of people commented me, I like your tie, I like the colour of your tie, oh, that's a nice suit, etc., etc. Even to the point where a number of years ago, a fellow who's a senior high performing penthouse real estate salesperson said, Lee, I got to tell you, the first time I met you, I went, wow, he's got blue cufflinks on with a blue tie that matches, suit that fits fantastically, and there's even a little tint of blue in his glasses, as in the rims or the whatever. The fact is, I didn't even know there was blue in the glasses. But look at the detail. See, people with attention to detail notice these things. Versus a fellow, as a mate of mine, good mate of mine, he said, I'm going to an important meeting today. Now, he had a jacket on, which he came to coffee after swimming training one day, or after the gym at the surf club, I think it was. He had a jacket on, but a pair of pants that didn't match the jacket. And then I looked down, and the shoes he had on were like hush puppies. And not only that, they weren't even clean. They were scuffed. And I couldn't believe it. He said, I'm going to an important meeting. I said, what, are you looking to close a deal this morning? Yeah, it's a very important meeting. I just thought, mate, that is not going to help you. And as it works out, I know later on, the fellow who's going to close the deal with, I then met later on, and that particular fellow, his tie was perfect, his little beard was perfect, he spoke carefully and deliberately. The guy was into detail, clearly. So my mate did not package himself in such a way that gave him the best possible chance. So I'm going to ask you, how conscious are you of packaging yourself to give yourself the best possible chance of presenting the image of professionalism, reliability, attention to detail? So let me give you a few tips as I go through here, because really presenting and dressing yourself for success in today's business marketplace for men or women involves a combination of professionalism, style, and adaptability. So here are some tips to help you make a positive impression. And again, you want some help with this, obviously there are image consultants that do it, and I'd highly recommend that at some point to someone coming in to get around colour, style. But here, 1, dress appropriately. Understand the dress code of your industry and the company. In more formal environments, opt for tailored suits in classic colours like navy, charcoal or grey. In business casual settings, choose from well-fitted dress pants or chinos, collared shirts and blazers. And I've got to say, in recent times, I've worn jeans that fit well with a belt. Could be an R.M. Williams belt, or it could be a business belt that I normally wear with my suit. But then, and a skivvy. I like a skivvy because you don't have to iron a shirt. And when you put a jacket on, a suit jacket on over a skivvy, it dresses the whole thing up. I saw the other day one of my mates, I bumped into him down at WeWork, and he had like a nice, I think it was a black or a blue T-shirt of some kind, a dress T-shirt, not even a shirt with a collar, but a jacket on with a handkerchief in the pocket. Looked good. And of course, you look down, sooner or later you look at shoes. Are the shoes, how cool are the shoes? And are they clean? Are they clean? Are they clean? So dress appropriately. I mean, one of the rules was something along the lines of dress 1 or 2 notches above, but certainly not 1 or 2 notches below the prospect you're meeting with. 2, grooming. Maintain a well-groomed appearance. Keep your hair neat, facial hair trimmed and tidy, nails clean. A clean and fresh appearance demonstrates attention to detail and professionalism. The people with the eye for detail, consciously and subconsciously, are seeing the detail. 3, fit matters. Regardless of the style you choose, ensure that your clothes fit well. Avoid clothes that are too baggy or too tight. My mate had baggy clothes, they're hanging off him. Too close or too tight. Again, male or female, if it's too tight, it's like, what the hell, you're going to a rock concert, you're going to a nightclub? No, you want a professional. So you want them to make you look professional. Point 4, quality over quantity. Invest in quality clothing. Well-made, durable items may cost a little bit more up front, but will last longer and give you a more polished look. And that's the power and the value of my client telling me about fibre. And again, I can't even remember what it was, but get the right number fibre, that fine fibre. So again, it hangs, it looks good. It's fantastic. 5, colours. Stick to classic and neutral colours for business settings. Shades like navy, grey, black and white are timeless and versatile. I personally prefer navy blue. You can add pops of colour through ties, pocket squares or accessories. That's true, or even what are they called? Cufflinks. So we've done 1, dress appropriately. 2, grooming. 3, fit matters. 4, quality over quantity. 5, colours. And 6, shoes. Oh yes, a good pair of dress shoes can elevate your look. Choose quality leather shoes that are well maintained and match the colour of your belt. So I'm a big fan of R.M. Williams boots. So my black R.M. Williams boots are always clean. Give them a clean once a week, or sometimes more often, but at least have them shiny. People look at your shoes. People with the eye for detail look at your shoes. 7, accessories. Keep it minimal and tasteful. A classic wristwatch, simple tie bar. I didn't bother with that. Cufflinks. I do like cufflinks. Cufflinks adding a touch of sophistication. I do like cufflinks, and so I have a range of different cufflinks. Ones that I bought all around the world, really, from Sri Lanka to Venice. But the little mementos, and they do look slick. And people do notice. 8, stay well groomed. Maintain good personal hygiene, including regular showers, fresh breath, and clean clothes. Avoid excessive cologne. So I use a light cologne. I don't even know what it is. My kids gave it to me, but it's not too. And sometimes I see a good idea. Sometimes have it in the car. Have the cologne in the car. I certainly have breath fresheners. Those lollies, the mints I have, sugar-free ones from what I recall, in the car. So I always have one of those before I go to a meeting, or pretty much anywhere really, to make sure your breath is fresh, and give yourself a spray with the aftershave as long as it's not too heavy. It's amazing. The power of scent makes all the difference versus coffee breath. You ever been around someone who drinks a lot of coffee and then they breathe on you? Or even worse, a smoker who drinks a lot of coffee. My God. So you put yourself behind the 8 ball before you even open your mouth. Or the first impression is the first sensory experience. Forget it. Point 9, be adaptable. Be aware of the specific situations you're going to encounter and dress accordingly. Dress up for important meetings or events, and dress down appropriately for more casual occasions. So if you're going out on a mine site or to a factory where guys are in overalls, you don't need to walk around in suit and tie. Take the tie off. Take the jacket off even. And 10, confidence. Ultimately, how you carry yourself matters just as much as what you wear. Confidence, good posture, friendly demeanour contribute to a successful image, which again is why I swim every morning, put myself in a good mood, good energy, because people buy energy, people buy confidence. So you want your best energy showing up for that meeting, let alone knowing what your sales process is and how you're going to run that meeting and how you're going to have an engaging process, which again is what I coached the guy on yesterday, our POMVIC colour zone system. He's gone, mate, that is unbelievable. That is just brilliant. The syntax, the order of the meeting. But it starts with making sure you package yourself right with your clothing. So remember that different industries and companies might have slightly different expectations, so it's essential to observe what others are wearing in the workplace and adapt accordingly. The goal is to appear professional, approachable, and competent. Professional, approachable, and competent, PAC. When in doubt, it's better to be slightly overdressed than underdressed. I think even my mother told me that years ago. Always better to be overdressed than underdressed. I know my wife would say that as well. So don't think it doesn't matter. When you go into important meetings, your presentation, your look, how you package yourself does matter, consciously and unconsciously. And ideally, if you get their head snapping back like, whoa, you've impressed them before you've even opened your mouth. As I say, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but at least be the best dressed person in the room. Hope this helps you lead your best life, to package yourself so that you give yourself the best possible chance of packaging you and what you say and what you do so that you get the best return on investment for your time and your energy. I'm Lee Farnell. Thanks for listening to Lead Your Best Life, and share it with friends. Love helping you. See you next time.